You know, it's always amazing to grab a moment with my good friend Kristen, who's been traveling the globe literally with the Pathfinder program, talking to customers, listening to customers, and helping them as they go from start to accelerate to scale. Kristen, I want to know, I want the download. You're in the hot seat. Give me the goods. What are people talking about?
Well, right now, I think one of the hottest topics is citizen development. And everyone is trying to get their hands around, am I going to use this as a lever for scale, or am I running away from it? And what's really interesting, you guys, is it's all about expectations and the mindset going in. So a lot of times we've been talking to customers and they can't wait to deploy automation to every single person in their company. And the expectation is, I need to empower everyone from the receptionist at the front door to the CEO, and everyone in between all needs to be automating. And in reality, there are different roles and types for every type of employee. And I think Micah, through the Pathfinder program, has been sharing the best practices around the 4 C's, which customers are really gravitating towards.
Yeah. So within Pathfinder, we talk about that, just like Kristen mentioned, there's lots of ways for people to be involved in the automation program's efforts. First off, they can be a consumer, and we would say that that's someone who's enabled by automation capabilities, whether they're invoking an automation through a copilot or sending an email to a monitored inbox or something like that. They're able to invoke an automation on demand. They don't really have to know a whole lot about automation anywhere. They just have to know that this digital coworker enables them to get their work done more quickly. The second level of contributor, or second level of contribution, is that a contributor. It's someone who's able to identify opportunities for automation. So whether they're submitting those through the intake process, working with the COE, working directly with developers, they're able to identify and contribute automation opportunities to the automation program, so the automation program can continue to grow and enhance the impact that automation is having for that organization.
There's like the ballot box stuffers like me, where I'm like, hey guys.
Yeah, it's a volume game.
Volume doesn't always equate to quality, though, and that's where some of the other C's come in.
Absolutely. So our next C is all about the creators, and this would include some of our citizen developers, and I think some of the roles that Kristen's referring to. We could have a creator who is a co-developer. Maybe they develop part of an automation, and they hand it off to the automation team to finish it out. We want to see those individuals growing. Maybe at the beginning they're doing 50% of automations, then they're going to 75 or 90% of the automations that they can create on their own. That also includes our developers, right? So people who are working in IT roles, working in development roles, working in IT operations, those can all be creators. The last C is around our champions. And champions are really important to the way that we do promotion and engagement and the evangelism of our automation program. It's one thing for an automation leader to go around to an organization and tell everyone about what their program can do, who they are, what they're capable of. It's another thing when they hear that from one of their peers, another functional area within the organization, telling them about the impact that automation has had for them. And that can be really compelling, and those champions really help to expand the footprint of the automation program within the organization.
And what's really fascinating, you asked for the goods.
Yeah.
The goods are, when we talk through those best practices in a Pathfinder workshop, the eyes light up, there's an aha moment, and people start to realize, I can define my own C's in my organization. Just yesterday, I had this awesome conversation with one of our customers who said, listen, based on the best practices we learned through Pathfinder, we identified citizen innovators and citizen architects. And those are the roles we're investing in. But the reality is, each organization gets to define it for themselves. And you know where they can get more help? Pathfinder Academy. This is our new home for completely free, on-demand digital learning, career quests, skill boosters, live now.
I heard there might be a cameo or two from
Micah Smith?
Yeah,
100%, and his awesome team.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about Pathfinder Academy, and I think it speaks directly to what Needy talks about with our social impact organization, right? We're democratizing access to high-quality educational content
Absolutely.
and making that available for free. So whether you have an IT background or you have no background in IT, there's a place for you in Pathfinder Academy to learn how to upskill. And I think one really important differentiator I would make for citizen developers is that we've taken a brand new approach to the way that we train citizen developers to use our tool. Because we talk about citizen developers learning how to break down problems based on sequence, selection, and repetition. And we call those the pillars of problem solving. If I can define a problem based on its sequence, selection, which is my conditional statements, my if stuff, and repetition, where I'm thinking about the actions I need to do over and over again, that helps me to mentally create a flowchart of what needs to happen for this particular process, and then translating that into the flowchart builds that you can do with an automation anywhere is the easy part.
And one more top secret
Okay.
that we've learned from the road. Set your expectations, set your goals for citizen development. Do you want to empower a function, a role, an entire company? Once you set your goal, you can determine the strategy that's going to work, and Pathfinder Mission Control has all of the how-to guides online.
Going back to this idea of citizen development, I think as a non-technologist, I think it's great that, for instance, the automation success platform, anyone effectively can create an automation. At the same time, the minute I hear development, as a non-technologist, I get a little nervous.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a little pressure. I'm like, can I do this? I don't know.
Gabe, you don't have to sweat it.
Right?
You know why? We have automation challenges through our bot games program, and I actually know someone who I was talking to yesterday, zero experience on the automation success platform, and they nailed one of our most complicated challenges that Micah and his team created that leverages not only the automation success platform, but our partner Google Vertex. Nailed it.
That's amazing. I don't know if I could pull that off, but...
Well, and what Gabe is talking about is real, right? People have this sense of an imposter syndrome. Can I actually learn this? Is this something I can actually do? And that's something we address head on in the Citizen Developer Learning Trail. So we've already got you covered there.
Well, I can't wait to dive into the Learning Trail and the rest of the Pathfinder Academy. Congratulations on that.
One last question for Kristen.
Okay.
One last question. Dave Portnoy has been doing this one bite challenge for pizza reviews, right?
Yeah.
Kristen and I
yes.
have traveled the world drinking oat milk lattes. Of all of the oat milk lattes you've had globally, what was your top location?
We have a dispute in this, Micah.
There's international audience too, so they can
My
check these
number
places
one
out.
oat milk latte choice is at the Marriott Bonvoy in Sydney, Australia, Circular Quay.
Okay.
That's the one you have to get. My opinion, the oat milk latte in Montcalm East, London, is phenomenal.
In
Hands down the
Shoreditch.
best. Yeah.
Okay. But do you also, if it wasn't for that, would you also support her choice?
Yeah, no, hers is a
It's
good
a
one
solid
too.
choice.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a polar.
It's just not the best choice, but
It's
it's a valid choice.
For him.
Yeah.
Well, that's a choice.
We are talking
Yeah.
about a man who wears socks with his face on them.
Oh, that is true. That is true.
We gotta get a zoom on that.